So it's how people that grew up with the original trilogy feel, period, about anything that's not the original trilogy.
Right.
Even the prequels, even though they're good, they're like, it's not exactly that, and it's just more lightsabers, and so no, this doesn't count. Even my mom, this is a good example. Why is the stuff newer if it's older? Why does everything look more modern even though it's old? And it's like, what? That's not the point of any of this.
Right. I just feel like
So I, yeah,
for it to be a, like premium Disney Plus show, I feel like they need something to want to draw people in. And if there's nothing recognizable in it, I guess I don't understand why they're doing it. And maybe that'll happen. I guess that was the case with The Mandalorian. And then they dropped Baby Yoda on us, and then that became their biggest cash cow ever. So maybe there'll be something like that in this. But I just feel like they need something to get the everyday person in to want to watch this, and I don't see that.
I think I totally get like the ang I'm kind of playing devil's advocate
Yeah.
of like
Also, I don't know why I
what
want
this
them
stuff is.
to dumb it down to that level, but maybe I'm just so like kind of beaten down to where I'm just wanting something that I know, and I don't know. Maybe I'm completely contradicting myself. Maybe I want something new and different and not beaten to death. We'll see. It might be great. I don't know. It doesn't get me excited.
So for me, highlights of what interested me. This looks like um, Star Wars martial arts, the movie,
Yeah.
which seems really cool to get like that type of a genre because that's kind of what they're doing, right? Take a genre, do a Star Wars story in that genre. Um, I, all of everything that we said taken out of it, the piece of Star Wars content that I'm most like actually excited for is the Mandalorian movie,
Yes.
not TV show, because TV is just a different medium. Games are a different medium. That's what I'm currently most excited for is those characters with that level of production and touch and everything. That I think is what we're looking for.
Yeah. I agree. I'm excited for that. Who's directing that? Favreau, right?
Is he? I don't know.
I hope so. Should be.
Right, because that's the level that we're used to, right? When the classic Star Wars, like that's a once every 3 to 20 years, everything put into 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that whole spread thin thing is inevitable. It can't not be that. Even the TV shows were that, but they're animated and serialized, and so like the expectations different.
Yeah, the cartoons you expect there to be filler and characters you don't expect to ever see in live action. They're too goofy or weird ideas that they didn't want to invest for live action, but you can put in a cartoon. Like, yeah, that's all good. I'm gonna stop hating right now. I'll wait until it comes out. But
It's not hating. Like what, and that's what I was trying to like convey. What you're saying is accurate. It's like objectively true. It's just also they're not trying to do that.
right,
That is the goal. Now, the where we are in all of this, because the same thing happened with Marvel. It's kind of like, could we? But then it's like maybe they should have asked, should we? And that's kind of like we got a ton of Marvel shows, but I don't care anything to watch them.
no,
She-Hulk is fun, but also it's She-Hulk attorney at law or whatever. Like that's never gonna be
the next Hulk
Captain
movie.
America Civil War. Just it's not the same thing.
Yeah,
Um, and it's almost like tricking us because it looks like it should be, but then it's not.
I guess maybe I just have it in my mind that they're treating all these shows as if they are the next movie. Like, oh my god, come watch, it's the next movie. But no, they're just giving us more Star Wars, which I used to say I wanted a Star Wars like soap opera where it's just a show called Star Wars that is eternate, never ending, and every week we
Yeah,
just get another Star Wars story, and like that's what they're giving us, so that's fine.
but it raises the question of, did we ask for something we don't really want?
Yeah.
Here's a great comparison. Here's a great comparison. Uh, Sony first party, big banger, AAA, single player, cinematic masterpiece, live service game.
Mm.
That's the difference.
Yes.
They feel different.
Yep.
The live service is never going to feel like that single player adventure because their guts are inherently different.
You can see them
No, they
wanting
kind
to
of
milk the money out of you, like instead of making a piece of art.
not that it's not art. It's just a different DNA.
Not, yeah, sure, not that's not art,
Because
but
I guarantee you
not in the same
the people
sense.
making this stuff care.
Yeah,
The people making this 100% care. They're not phoning it in, but it's an inherently different meal.
true.
It's just not. It just can't be the same thing.
Yeah.
The motivations and whatnot, that's kind of like a separate discussion. And yes, they're pushing a streaming service. That's capitalism. That's everything. So yeah, you could argue that is why it's. I mean, although they did that with the sequels, that was for money, and you can even mess movies up. So
God. Yeah.
it's 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 where we're at right now, for sure.
Well, speaking of space, let's get this show started. Welcome to the Hebrew Rebels podcast. My name is Jordan.
And my name is Ethan.
And if you want to subscribe on Patreon, you can get a bit more of that extended intro conversation reacting to the Star Wars Acolyte trailer. I'm probably going to include a bit of that because it was good, but you can get some more in our initial trailer reactions on Patreon, but we'll tell you more about Patreon later. I said, speaking of space, what did you want to bring up first?
The sequel to last week's episode, I mentioned Starship launching, and I don't know if we even brought up the other thing, but saw the SpaceX, what is it, Falcon launch from Vandenberg when I was driving to basketball out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, huh, what? That looks different. It looked, I was like, that's not a plane. I'm like, and then my brain started like, is it? I was like, how fast is it moving? It's moving pretty fast. What time is it? Oh, it's lit up. And then just by how bright the trail was, I was like, it's happening. Oh my God, it's happening.
What are the
So I
odds of
did
that?
one. Insane.
We just talked about how you hadn't seen that thing. I saw it 7 years ago. You're like, yep, I still haven't seen it. Now I don't know when I'm going to get to. And then in the next week, you saw it.
I can't believe it. And I did exactly 7 years, really.
I don't know exactly. It's somewhere in there. It's been maybe
Yeah,
5,
sure.
but it's been
No,
a while
still.
since I saw that thing.
Yeah, and it was incredible. And I'm like looking at it, but driving forward, and it's like out to my left.
Uh huh.
So I'm like very dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm like recording it and then putting it away. Or no, I was at a light, and then I was like, I'll record. And then I was like, I have to go. I should turn it off. And then I was like, no, I gotta record this. And then also I like in the midst of this called my grandma,
Yeah.
and I was like, go outside right now. Go outside and look up. And like she's like, okay, okay. And then didn't take her phone with her or hang up. So all I hear is Daisy barking. And I'm just like, I hope she didn't like run and fall and now she can't like answer
Oh
or
no.
anything. And so I was like, okay, no, she's probably outside looking at it. And the coolest thing was I could kind of like look back and just see it just shooting up into orbit, like the
That's so cool.
the exhaust from like the rocket engines, which
So
was just really cool.
what launch was it? Like which?
I don't know,
But like, was it?
out of Vandenberg,
It was a
just a Falcon.
like a cargo trip kind of thing, or yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Could
those
have
are
been a Starlink launch, but I don't think so.
those are pretty frequent, right?
Yeah.
But there's something about the timing and the atmosphere that makes it hard to get that view.
So if they do it just after sunset, it's dark for us, but at that altitude, the light is still hitting it,
Yeah,
so it creates that cool glow
that's so cool.
effect. Yeah, they do it. They do that in Florida too.
That's awesome. Well,
And
good. I'm happy for
literally,
you.
literally, one of Maya's nieces or like somebody in the family like group chat sent a text of it, and they were like, "What is this?" Her niece thought it was a falling star or something, shooting star.
It looks like it. I understand. That's so awesome.
Yeah,
I wish that
and I
happened
was
a
like,
little.
"It's SpaceX. This is happening."
Yeah.
Like a little nerd.
No, I don't wish it happened more often. I like that it's special. I like that's kind of hard and rare to get. So you collected that. You
And
can
it's all
check
over
that
the
off
news.
your list.
Yeah, really. It's just funny because it's like all over the news the next day.
Yeah. I wonder how many crashes it
And the videos
caused.
of people being like, "What is that?" Oh, 100%.
Oh
It
god.
has to. Thankfully, I wasn't one of them.
Yeah. You got to capture look at the road and just put your phone over your shoulder and just hope you're getting it.
Oh, I had one eye. No, I was watching. I was hoping I didn't crash. It was not smart. Yeah, like fully admittedly, like
Yeah.
took a risk.
Well,
Yeah,
I understand. I
it
don't
was
blame
almost
you.
a statistic. Yeah,
Um
and I had to get to my game so I couldn't pull over. Anyways,
so wait, that was oh, yeah, you played at night. Okay, never mind. I was like, was that in the morning? Would it
yeah,
work in No, it wouldn't work. So in Florida, is it a morning thing? No. It's still after the sunsets, right?
it's altitude. Yeah,
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. I uh I spent the weekend in downtown Chicago. Um so St. Patrick's Day is a big deal there. And I a couple months ago learned that they weren't dyeing the river and having the parade on Sunday, which was St. Patrick's Day. They were doing it on Saturday. I'm like, what the hell? Why not? I'm like, they're like, oh, because the next day is a weekday, so they're doing it on Saturday. I'm like, what do you mean? Most days, the next day it would be a weekday. So why is this the one when they're deciding it to move it back? Apparently they always do on Saturday. So I'm like, all right, fine. And holy crap, I understand because it was insane downtown. I guess I don't know. I mean, this is like a pretty common occurrence in most cities. I guess major cities. I've never been in a city like this before. It was wild. Downtown LA is nothing compared to this. It
Oh,
was
our
anarchy.
yeah,
We put in the
our
GPS.
downtown's not a real downtown.
No, it's really not. Even though I mean, it looks great. It's got the perfect skyline, but like
Yeah,
nothing happens there. I feel like it's always just
no,
dead. Who works there
I
even?
could explain why. Yeah, I could explain why, but that's not worth it.
Why? I'm curious.
Downtown LA has traditionally been very different than other downtowns. Our whole LA system, where it's sprawl,
Yeah.
it influences it, but nobody has lived there. It's all been offices, so everybody would go in and then leave, and it's a ghost town. So they don't have bars and lifestyle and all of that. That's changing, especially over the last 20 years.
Right.
But we have so many different hubs. You can go out in downtown now, but it's not the same as like the one central place where everybody goes. Uh, maybe we'll never have just one spot. We have about 100, but it is definitely improving in that.
Yeah. We the GPS was telling us that it was going to take an hour and a half from here to get to downtown. I'm like, all right, that's long. And the closer we got and the more time kept going up, we were
Oh no.
I could see we were right next to the buildings and it was a 30-minute drive still to get to our destination. I'm like, what the hell is happening? We got to 1 mile away and it was 10 minutes still ETA. I'm like, what's happening? Like, why is everything taking so long? And it didn't happen. It happened slowly where we were like in the city and we didn't see any people. Then we saw a couple people in green shirts. Then there's a few people in green hats and green shirts and
Oh my
suspenders
god.
crossing
Yeah.
the street. Then cars start cramming, not paying attention to lanes. They're all cutting each other off, disobeying street lights. There's no cops anywhere. And then we turn the corner, and then there's just seas of people. Lines like around the block to get into every single pub that's like every other street light in downtown Chicago. And then we got to the river, and we saw how green it was, and I was like, this is worth it. I totally understand. But I say it was
It doesn't
anarchy.
look real.
It doesn't look real, dude, and it lasts for days.
Yeah.
I don't.
I was gonna say, so it was still green on Sunday, right?
It was still very green on Sunday, which makes me think it had to have still been a little bit green on Monday, maybe even Tuesday. It's crazy.
Wow.
I was so amazed by how vivid it was. But I say it was anarchy, but also it was anarchy in terms of the number of people, but everyone was pretty calm. Like, it's not like no one was drinking on the street. No one was like turning over cars like after your team wins or loses the championship or something. They were just walking around, going I don't know where, just walking aimlessly, crossing streets. Like, I don't know, it was chill. I liked it a lot.
How long were you there?
We hung out. We were there Saturday and Monday, but we hung out on the street for
nice.
like very, very little time. And then Sunday, actual St. Patrick's Day, was dead. No one was out doing anything really. There were people looking at the river, but it didn't feel like any kind of celebration or party or anything like that.
Hey, look. My favorite meme that I saw. Okay, so you probably know what it's from, but what's the meme of Willem Dafoe looking up, like scared?
I think that is from a movie where he played Van Gogh called At Eternity's Gate.
Regardless, I'm sure people know that my favorite one that I saw was
Nailed it.
all the fish in the Chicago River on St. Patrick's Day, and it was just with like a green filter, and they're all just like, oh
Yes.
my god, what's happening?
I saw that too. That's hilarious. Couple
my
people
favorite
went
one.
swimming in the river on that day. I saw videos of that after the fact.
Just two? That's not a clean river, I don't think.
Probably more than two. The video I saw was just a couple guys. No, I don't think it's clean at all. Another thing my dad mentioned was from a movie called The Fugitive. Do you know The Fugitive with Harrison Ford?
I don't.
It takes place in Chicago, and he's like running through the streets on St. Patrick's Day apparently because they dyed the river green that day.
God.
And one of the cops was like, if they can dye the river green, why can't they dye it blue the rest of the year? So yeah, I guess it is a pretty dirty river, but
It's complicated, but yeah, there's a whole thing with reversing it and then sewage and all of that. I think they're working on a project to clean it up though.
yeah. Well, does it feed in from the lake, or does the river feed
Yes.
feed into the lake, or vice versa?
They reversed the flow. So it now goes
Wait, are you serious?
from the lake. Yeah, it's one of the like biggest engineering projects.
What?
Yeah,
That would
because they
mean
were having a problem with like, yeah,
that would mean to make it clean that you would have to clean the lake too, I would assume.
it's all the stuff flowing into it from the city.
Okay.
The lake is not dirty,
Yeah. Huh. So
but that was polluting the lake.
oh, I got you. And that's why they reversed it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And other. I'm not super versed on the history of the Chicago River, or whatever river it's called,
Yeah.
clearly. But yes, generally.
That's cool. I didn't know that. So yeah, I just wanted to
It's-
highlight that. It was a very unique experience.
Yes, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to be there.
That's
Very
okay.
sad about that. But if it was fun enough, maybe one day in the future we could do that again.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, standing in line for
Maybe
a
for
pub.
40.
Oh God, yeah. I'm down. Standing in line for a pub never sounds fun to me, but it must be worth it once you get in there. So that's one thing that we didn't do that we could still try, but
let's do it one better and go to Ireland for your 40th.
Yes. Yes. That's a great idea. They're the only place that could do it better, I think. I think
I heard, I heard a down from the distance.
cool. Yeah, I would love that. Um damn, I was going to say something,
So,
but I
congrats,
forgot.
happy birthday.
Thanks. Doesn't actually feel any
How does it
different.
feel?
It's
See,
fine. Yeah. I
yeah,
did have to. I took a survey today, and I had to put in my age was 30, and that felt weird. But
different bracket.
different bracket,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Hey,
no.
I had to click into one that was 31 to 50, so you're not in that yet.
Oh no! Oh, that's terrible. They
That's a
really
good. I
start.
feel like that's a good chunk to be in, though.
Yeah, I guess that just makes sense for all the people that are like after 30, you stop caring about your birthdays. It's like, yeah, that's that 31 to 50 where it's basically just all the same. Don't acknowledge it.
If, if I was, this doesn't include everybody, but in general, I'd probably rather hang out with people that are 31 to 50 than like 18 to
Yes.
30. Just
Yes.
if those were the two groups, right?
Great point.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Um, so yeah, obviously we still have people that are under 30, but
Yeah, we're not saying we hate you. We
not
just we might
not every,
relate better to
yeah,
the 30 to 50s now. We
exactly,
might
which
hate
is
you,
weird,
but
but
probably not.
it's not because of your age.
No, no. Many other factors go into that. All right, hit this next topic. I'm very excited for this.
Next topic is how was your birthday? I know you guys went to Guinness
Oh, do you? How do you know that?
because you sent the picture
Oh, I
of the
did say that.
picture done on your beard,
Yeah. No, birthday was great.
and I looked it up. Yeah,
Uh, the Guinness place was packed. Again, just very kind of. It was full, but like respectful. No one was rowdy. I'm like, what? I guess we're all the like rowdy Irish people, you know? Everyone was just nice and cool. I'm happy about that. I wouldn't rather it be the other way around, but
Irish people are like the friendliest people on the planet.
I know. But they also go hard. And I didn't feel like anyone was going
but
hard.
but they do it. They can take it,
Yeah.
right? So they're very wasted, but like
They're not
not
sloppy at all, you don't
belligerent.
think? Yeah. All right.
Not
Well,
no.
yeah. Cool. I dig
Yeah,
it. Yeah, no, the Guinness place was awesome. Had drank more Guinness than
it's
I've
like
ever
brand
had in my
new.
life. It looked very new. Yeah, it was very, very clean,
Yeah.
very big. Um, it was really cold that day, so they had like a block party thing
Uh,
across the street, but we couldn't stand being out there for very long. But that's where we got the picture printed on the Guinness, which was awesome. Um, but and then we we got conveyor belt hot pot for dinner, which was awesome. Have you ever had
I've
hot
not
pot?
done hot pot.
Oh man, hot pot's the
Not yet.
best. It's Korean barbecue but soup, which is perfect for me.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like make your own ramen bowls kind of. Um, they bring you the beef and you cook it in the broth. But so we did that. We could make our own broth, like flavor it how we wanted with this like flavor bar,
Oh, cool.
and then the conveyor belt was bringing around like vegetables and ramen and gyoza and like all sorts of stuff to drop in. That was very fun.
Yeah, that does sound bomb. Uh, you said like make your own, and I did see a thing on Instagram. There's a new ramen place in Vegas where they have broth that comes out of a
Yes.
tap.
I also saw that there's like multiple locations of that in Vegas. There's like
Yeah.
3 or 4 of them. I'm like, how many do you need?
Yeah. Yeah, they just opened like 3 or 4. So maybe one day when we're in Vegas, we'll go check that
That
out.
is a
We'll
must
do like
do.
ramen review.
Yeah, I would love that. Ramen and review with Robin. Robin and ramen and review.
Oh, there we go.
We'll see if he's even down. If he would have to respond.
Yeah, half the battle. Um, so I don't remember if you said you've watched. Have you seen Dune Part 2?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to see it Saturday
Okay.
at the Chinese theater.
Okay. We'll have to revisit this conversation next week then. We can still talk
So
about it
we
now, but
watched the first one,
yeah.
and I'm instantly hooked and in love,
Oh man.
like all the way in.
Really?
Yeah, not your thing?
I was so bored after the first time watching that movie. I was like,
I
there's
was,
so much of it that is awesome. I love the
yeah.
ships. I love their outfits. I love the planets. I love the names for everything. But by the end of that movie, I'm like, what the hell did I just spend 2.5 hours doing? It,
Uh,
I don't know.
I
I
would go
didn't.
sit and watch it again right now.
I was out, and then we watched it again leading up to Dune 2, and I liked it more. But I don't know. Dune seems to be falling into two categories for people, and you're either one or the other. You
Okay.
either absolutely love it, or you're like, I don't get it. There's no middle ground. I've never heard anyone who's like, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I'm in
And,
the I don't get it category apparently, and I don't understand why because I love sci-fi.
and I'm not. So my grandma asked, like, should I watch it? And I was like, and I was like, in my gut, I was like, no. So I think it's funny that you're also no because I feel like you guys are always aligned.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, Maya and I loved it. Like we're all the way in.
the
The
visuals.
universe, the lore, like that for me, like if I care about something, it's the lore and the universe. From what I've heard, Dune is infinitely wide with like lore. So like world building is what gets me in on things. And immediately I was just like this I'll be honest. The first sentence, I was sold. I was hooked with the first line
Was it
of
something
the
about
movie.
spice?
Yep. I was in.
Yeah,
When they said it's the hallucinogen that for these people, but also the key to interstellar travel, I was like, I'm sold.
yeah.
This is I want to know I want to get all the books. I want to read all the books. Like so then just being in it, it was like enough. Um all that being said, very excited for Saturday
Yeah, I'm
to
excited for you
see part
too.
two.
I would love to see it at the Chinese theater. I can't wait to hear what you think of the second one because
Yeah.
it's the biggest movie in the world right now. Um,
Yep.
of all time, at certain points on certain according to certain metrics, it's the biggest movie ever. So,
Yeah.
um, I just I guess that lore, I just wanted more of it then. Like, it kind of throws you in at a certain kind of middle point and doesn't really explain anything backwards or forwards. It's just like, all right, we're just here now, and good luck trying to understand it if we didn't explain this part.
So yeah, I know there's a bunch like I still don't get. And obviously this is only I want to read the books now.
Yeah,
Like I don't often feel like that, but because people said like this still like doesn't hit on everything that's in the books, like you can't in 3 hours.
right.
Even 6 hours. I think I said today I was like I wish that there were already 10 of these movies that I could just watch back to back to back to back to back.
As little as
But
I'm enjoying it, I think I really want to because I too still want
yeah.
to read the books. Going into part two, I was very excited to see that, even though I didn't like part one. I'm like, I'm wanting it to grab me. Um, I
If it doesn't, it doesn't. You don't have to feel bad about that.
no, but I love so much of it that it should work. Like the
Okay.
what's his name? The Baron. Like, dude, that guy is so awesome and creepy. I
Yeah.
love the visualization of him getting all tall and so much of it should work.
Yeah.
And then honestly, I'm wondering if it's just Timothy Chalamet boring me to tears, even though I love him.
This is the first thing I've seen him in.
How is that possible?
I don't know because everybody talks about him and I'm like, I have no reference point.
That is
I was like
crazy.
watching, I'm like, now I have a reference point.
And you liked him?
Yeah, I thought he was great.
Yeah. I don't know. He was like my
And it
favorite
was like
actor,
person
and
after person after person.
now I'm wondering if I don't like him. I don't know. God, I don't like my brain, man. It's like it's getting more cynical as time goes on, and
It's
I'm worried about that.
it's not you gotta it's not the brain, it's the gut. You gotta just follow your gut.
Yeah. Well,
It's art. To bring it back to what we were saying earlier, it's art, and art resident. If you do you go to art museums ever? Have you been to an art museum?
yeah.
Is that something you enjoy doing? You got to sometimes just look. I know I never used to get art when I was younger. I took art classes in high school, and my poor art teacher, I'm sure he was just like, what is wrong with this guy? Because I was very like literal
Mm,
with my, and I still have no hand to pen to paper art ability. I can't do that,
yeah.
but I can feel art now. Like I understand it more on that level. Um, and that's why like when we watch or play or listen to anything, you know if you like it or you don't. It's a feeling. It's hard to force that
Yeah. I get that.
in general.
I think I have FOMO then. Like, I'm
And
I'm
that's
sad that
fair.
everyone's loving it and I don't.
That's
I'll get
fair.
over it, but I really want to watch the old movie and see if I dig that.
I was gonna ask. I was gonna say, have you ever seen? I think was it 1984 Dune?
I didn't want to watch it before these because I didn't want to ruin anything, but now that both of these are out, it's not going to ruin anything for me. And also, I'm not that invested, so I'm like, just try and get your hooks in me, and then maybe I can launch from there. But yeah, no, I can't wait
I,
to hear your report back.
yeah, I'll report back after we see it. So after part two, I think we will watch the 1984 one, and then I'm fully planning. I already started looking into the books. I want to read the books.
Yeah, I have I have the first one. I might have it here. It's huge.
How do you feel about Lord of the Rings?
I like those movies. I should stop there. I like them. I'm not a Lord of the Rings nerd. Like I don't freak out about it. I think they're great, but it's not really my thing.
I've watched those movies. I enjoy those movies. I objectively acknowledge they're incredible pieces of art.
Yes.
I am never motivated to watch them, and I have never in my gut loved any of it.
Yeah.
Tolkien,
Hmm.
the I take that back. The one thing, and one of the first and only books I read was I read The Hobbit in
Yeah.
middle school, and like it was maybe the first real book that I read from start to finish. So I'm just not a fantasy person. Sci-fi
That's
like this, I'm grabbed.
interesting. Maybe yeah, this is a work of art that is based on something that is much larger and way too large to condense, like you said, into any number of hours. So already I
Yeah,
feel like I'm missing stuff, like I'm lost.
yeah,
The book will give me everything possible. There is nothing more than the book. So I can't feel like I'm
yeah.
missing out on anything. Interesting. Game of Thrones did its best to give us as much as possible. So I didn't feel like I was towards the end. It felt like we were jumping around, and that's when it started to get bad
Because they had no material
because they
to
had
go off.
nothing. Yeah. Star Wars is not based on anything, so I can't feel lost there. That is what it's meant to
Yeah,
be. Yeah,
and so one of the things that got me hooked with Dune was realizing that Star Wars is
completely based on it.
okay. Yeah, I was like, how do I say this?
Yeah.
And that did something inside of me that I, at that point, hearing that, had no control over
In a good way?
because not good or bad, just happened because Star Wars is so often cited as the beginning of something.
Right.
It changed everything. And it doesn't take away from that. It doesn't make that any less true. But something deep down inside me went, I need to know what this Dune is about. if I love Star Wars as much as I do, I need to know what this Dune is about. It feels like the like secret hidden origin.
It's like you discovered a long lost
And
grandparent or something, and you have to like go to their home country to see what. Yeah,
basically, yeah. And I think that's been in the back of my head. Like it was why it's what made me buy the tickets for the second movie.
yeah.
Like in combination with the hype and be like, we're watching this. Like I don't care. We're gonna carve out time where this is happening. I need to get into this now. And it's exactly what's happened where now I'm like, oh, I need more. I need more. Like there's not enough of this.
I
So
really sorry. Continue. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say entry points are weird and like all of how
Yeah,
all of that relates and can impact the situation.
I really need to condition myself to be a better reader. I really want to read. I have a good handful of books that I want to read. I know I really want to read sci-fi. Like I want to dive deeper into more worlds like that. I just need to get into the habit of reading, and then I will read Dune because I want
It's
to.
long.
I know.
We
That's
built
okay.
a I don't see wait, can I make it happen? There's a bookcase
Clear it
here.
out.
Ah um and so books are visible, so I have no excuse not to read.
Yeah. Do you have time to? Do you ever read?
I want to.
Yeah, me too.
You got movies, video games, TV shows, and books, and there's only so much time for all of
I
them. But
know.
I watched a TED Talk, very briefly mention it. Talked about from the age of 18 on how much time you have just in hard numbers, weeks, months, whatever it is. And it was like 30% goes to sleep, this much goes to chores, this much goes to cooking, this much goes to cleaning. They're like, this is how much free time you have. And they were like, based on current trends and whatnot, like, and how much time people spend on social media and on screens, it was like 80% of the free time you have left in the rest of your entire life will be dedicated to like screens.
Oh my
So that's
god.
making me want to divvy it up a little bit more. I'll
Yeah.
share it with you. We could link it too if people are interested. I shared it with my boss, like shared it with Maya. She's gonna share it with her students. It's not like you need to change everything you're doing immediately. It's just maybe a good thing number wise to be aware of. He um he made a good point. He said the reason all of this stuff is free because you pay with your time.
Mm.
Pretty simple concept in general. Um, but he did some cool like valuations on that. It's just I think it's just a good thing to always keep in mind.
Totally. I would like to see that. That could change my life. I have a feeling for the good. And I just feel
Yeah.
like people who read often are just a little bit sharper, and that's something I would really like. I feel myself kind of slipping a little bit, and whether it's just making, because screens you can also lose focus on. Reading, you
Yeah.
kind of have to stay focused. So you're staying focused there. You're reading words that maybe you're not familiar with, or you're refamiliarizing yourself with. I'm sure you're learning a lot of stuff depending on what kind of stuff you read. So yeah, I'm gonna make that. That is a goal. That at the start of the year we made our resolutions, and reading was one of mine.
Took 50 episodes. We started all about movies and games,
I kept
and
slipping
50
and saying
episodes
music.
later, and both being 30 and music. Now apparently we're talking about reading. So we'll see come episode 100 where we're at, but
Hell yeah.
maybe we can take a look back on how we got here in the first
We
place.
kept saying, what is the new version of the podcast going to be? Maybe it's just a book club.
It sounds so cozy.
I'd be down. I feel like book club people read
Fever
like
Rebels Book
multiple
Club.
books a week though. I just I can't do that.
I ain't about that. No, 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 no. We're not trying to be psycho.
I don't know if I can read Dune in a whole year, honestly.
If you get hooked on something enough, and I remember this from the last time I got hooked on a book, it, you'll want to go back to it. It'll call to you.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you're hooked on us, please consider subscribing to Patreon. We will tell you about that in the ad break in just a couple seconds. But if you have subscribed to us already on Patreon, we'll see you right after that. Bye. If you like what we do, we'd really appreciate if you'd consider supporting us on Patreon. Now, more than ever, small independent teams need all the help they can get, and we'd love to have you join the rebellion.
Joining us on Patreon can get you a wide array of perks, starting with our 1-star tier. Joining this tier will get you voting rights for Movie Madness, our weekly journey through an actor's entire filmography.
Our 2-star tier will give you extended episodes of the Hebrew Rebels podcast, Game Chat Tonight, and Movie Madness, both ad-free and a day early. Plus, you can write into those shows for a chance to have your questions and comments read on the podcast.
The 3-star tier delivers the most value with our Patreon exclusive shows. You will get a monthly episode of Crossword Struggle and Climbing the Ranks. And we have more exclusive shows planned to add even more value to this tier.
Next, as a 4-star Rebel, your name will be listed in an on-screen shoutout on each of our weekly scheduled shows.
Finally, you can be one of only 24 people to be considered a Founding Rebel. You will receive a limited edition Founding Rebel t-shirt. Your name will be read on each of our shows as a Founding Rebel, and you will forever be remembered as one of the very few people to truly help start the rebellion.
Visit patreon.com/Hebrew Rebels for more information. Thank you so much for your support, and back to the show. Alright, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed those ads. Unless you're subscribed on Patreon, in which case we love you very much. I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the show. Ethan kind of teased it right before the break, but it's our 50th episode, and that's a huge deal, honestly. We celebrated 10.
Huge.
I don't think we did anything for any other milestones. We did our 1-year anniversary. That was fun. But 50 episodes, that's a big deal. Our 1-year anniversary, which was like 2 years ago now.
I guess maybe we should do 52 episodes. So we could do a 50 because that's an even number, and then 52 episodes because there's 52 weeks in a year.
We could have done that if we had stayed true and done it once a week for the entire first year, but it took us 4 years to do 50 episodes.
If you're back consuming our content, you can watch 1 episode a week.
That's true.
And you'll be covered for a year.
That's a great point.
Take us on a desert island.
Oh, God, you'd have to download all of our stuff onto your phone. I hope
Phones
people
have enough space nowadays.
I know. Can you imagine
And
someone
plus,
liking
if
us
you
that much?
if you get stuck on a desert island, you can still stream from a satellite nowadays.
Starlink.
You're good.
Yeah, your ship that you saw earlier brought the satellite right above that island for us to stream from someday.
That is true. Oh my God.
So yeah, you wanted to do a retrospective. Did you just want to?
What was our first episode about? Do you even remember?
Our first episode, for a lot of it, was about a retrospective of the Hebrew Rebels before that point.
Okay, and that's actually kind of what I was gonna even go back to. Was how it all started, which was opening little boxes.
Yes.
Which feels literally like another lifetime ago.
It really does. But I think about it often, honestly.
Yeah.
Opening.
It was great times.
There was wow, I was about to say something super weird. I was about to say, there was a few things we did in my bedroom. One of them being box openings. Another thing that I was thinking about recently was that we did Bean Boozled. I don't know if you remember doing that, but that video is hiding on a hard drive somewhere.
Never forget doing that. Horrible.
I need to post that video somehow.
Horrible. Every time I see that, I go out of my way to call out how horrible it is.
Yes. No, I do too. I showed Taylor the other day, they have new flavors, and I'm like, this is horrendous. I would never do this. She's like, come on. If our kids someday are they're with their friends, and they're like, Mom, Dad, spin. You're not going to wimp out. You're going to do it. I'm like, God, I guess I am. But if I get rotten milk or spoiled eggs again, I'm going to die.
I'm not doing it. You can trick kids.
That's true. Depends on how old they are. I feel like if you're doing they could do that at any age, I guess. Oh, God, it's so awful.
No, that's an opportunity to trick them into it. I'm trying to pull up our full list.
I'm allergic to jelly beans. Sorry. Deathly allergic.
Oh, look, you're already ready.
And when I get allergic, it's also contagious, and you will die too. So you really don't want me doing it.
Yeah, you're good to go.
What are you pulling up? You pulling up just all of our videos?
I'm I'm pulling up all of our podcasts.
Okay.
Um, but before that, box opening highlights. I'm trying to think. There were some fun Minecraft ones. Obviously, that led us to literally getting special access into Minecon.
Yes.
That's definitely an early channel highlight. You know, fake it till you make it. And then I'm trying to think about favorite thing. We opened so many things, so many T-shirts, so many Funkos, so many.
I'm disgusted at how
What
much
is
money I
this?
spent on all of that stuff. There's some cool
Consider
things.
it. Consider it.
It was worth it for the
You
videos.
consider it funding to start the channel.
Yeah, it was. But
It's
the sad thing is, I think I
you're
still would have gotten all
financing.
that stuff even if we didn't do the box openings. And it was just garbage. I still have all of it too. Like, there was one point where we had like a Patreon tier where it's like, if you subscribe to this, we'll send you an item. And like, maybe we should still do that because I just want to get rid of it.
Dude, I don't know if we'll pay shipping, but uh that we should do some giveaways.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Mystery box give. We will create the Huber Rebels mystery box, and we will re-recycle everything that we've accumulated and send it out in weird Huber Rebels themed
Oh, I love that.
loot boxes.
And people can do a box opening of our own crap. That's genius.
Start your own. It's start your own channel in a box.
Okay. That's a great idea. Oh man.
And they'll be like, "What is this? I don't even know what this is."
Remember Loot Wear? That was my favorite cuz oh my god, I have so many t-shirts, dude. Moving out here, I was appalled at how many t-shirts I had. I never would have thought I would get rid of any of them. I got rid of more than half of my shirts and it didn't even hurt. I was like, I don't need
No.
this. It's
My new favorite thing is to get rid of stuff that I don't need.
yeah. I'm still very
Yeah.
sentimental, but it was
Oh, as am
bad.
I. Moving might have broken that out of me,
Really.
actually.
You know what? Me too.
Yeah, I wish you could see the garage. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Because I have no capacity for new things. Like I can't enjoy getting new things unless I make room.
Right.
And I literally was confronted with every single thing since I was born. I think I mentioned it last week. The things on my second birthday cake, like okay, my entire life, everything I've ever cared about is here, and it was all here, and I didn't even know it, and it doesn't really matter to me anymore,
And then you have to think
which is
if
okay.
if I barely care about this, the next generation is not going to care about it, so why does it need to stay?
At all.
Yeah.
That was my breakthrough moment.
Yeah.
I was brainwashed into thinking you gotta save all this for your kids, and then I realized no, they want their own stuff.
And that makes perfect sense why Mary Kondo or whatever her name is says only keep things that bring you joy because otherwise there's no point in it being here right now. If you're using it right now, keep it, but otherwise,
Yeah.
gone. Yeah, I need to get better about that.
Um,
Because I mean, here,
Maya has
listen,
a.
this this brings me joy. I do enjoy having this. I like having the cars from all the races that I've been to, and that makes me happy. But honestly,
No,
these
it's like
these
this.
still bring me joy. But I
Yeah.
I just got to start breaking those
It's like
habits a little bit.
it's like this. This brings me joy.
Yes, of
I'll
course.
keep it.
Don't pawn it.
But does this bring me joy?
What is
It's
it?
just an Allen wrench.
Allen wrench.
I have Allen wrenches everywhere.
Does fixing things bring you joy?
No. I
What's
want
it?
to be done
Hey,
with
look.
things.
I too have Allen wrenches.
Oh my god. Oh wow, you have an Allen wrench machine.
I have a little thing that I can put between my fingers. It's like chopsticks, so I can hold a controller or use my mouse and eat my chips and not get my fingers dirty. This brings me joy. I love
That's
this.
amazing.
It's genius.
No, you need to shoot me a link of that.
I
That's
will.
incredible.
Taylor got these for me, and I love them.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Maya's gonna lose her mind.
and the thing I don't want to get dirty is my beautiful brand new pink PS5 controller that she got me for my birthday. Love
Hey,
this.
I love that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
love that.
That's clean.
Yeah. Anyways, loot boxes. They also were the fad at the time. They were the hot thing. Everyone was doing them, and I keep thinking our way into YouTube is to jump onto the current trend, maybe the dying trend, and we need to try and figure out what the trend is about to be. But that's okay. It was fun.
Our, it was definitely fun. Our way in is, I think, just to do us
Do what makes us
and
happy.
what brings us joy,
Yes.
and let the rest of the magic work itself. Um, if I ask you what our seventh episode was, would you have any idea?
Yes, and I promise I'm not cheating. I know what it is. You have no idea how much time I've spent working on these things in the last few months. I
I
might be able to
do.
tell you any. It's Live from Budapest.
Yes. I mean, the fact that we did that,
I
how
know.
cool is that?
That is awesome.
No, but I was gonna say also our first episode was, I believe, the debut of the ground floor attic.
Yes, that was a space that had no business hosting a podcast, but we made it work. And I
Are
would,
you kidding
well, no,
me?
it was just
I
so cluttered, but
Oh, the state it was in.
yes, but it felt cozy, and it still feels cozy. I want, we were in there not that long ago, and it still felt
Yes.
great to be up there.
Planning for this.
Someday, if we ever get a studio, I want to make it feel as cluttered and cramped as that, just so we feel at
I
home.
I literally I have all these things that I don't want to get rid of, but they don't have a place to go,
Hmm.
and we need a studio so that they have a place to go.
Yes,
That is my dream.
yes. All of that stuff we're talking about can have a purpose of being on-screen decoration or something.
I as of today, I'm currently trying to figure out where to put my Boba Fett helmet,
Mm,
and considering it mounting it above the light next to my bed.
okay.
So my bed, my nightstand, my light, and then I have like a little bit of a wall. I was like, I could mount both my helmets there and then mount my lightsabers next to it. Like, do I just make that whole wall just like all? And I'm like, part of me is like, yeah, I could do that, and part of me is like, oof, I don't know.
Here's
I'm
an
not sure.
interesting related thing because we went to a movie tonight and it was the premiere of Ghostbusters. That's not what we saw. I didn't even realize Ghostbusters was coming out.
Oh,
But it was full. There was a ton of people. I saw people in the jumpsuits, and that was cool. That was really fun.
oh
I
yeah.
love seeing nerds just nerding out. But they have a popcorn bucket that is the ghost trap, and it's like $40. And Taylor and I both really want it. And I know we don't need that. I know it's just plastic garbage. But we have this vision that someday down the road, we're going to have a home theater and we're going to be able to put all these cool memorabilia, movie related items, popcorn tins that the kids can choose from if they're going to be related to the movie we're watching or something. And like, we want that stuff for down the road. But I'm like, I'm really struggling because I don't want to spend the money on it or have it clutter, especially if we're moving back. Like we don't need to be accumulating more stuff right now because it was hard packing those cars to drive over here. But yeah, like you say, having some sort of studio or some kind of space to just put those things would be nice.
I so get that. I had the home theater dream. I think I've let it go. Not to get like morbid, but I don't know. I just figured that's going to the movie theater.
It is. I think I will still, maybe not. If I can get a home theater down, that could replace movie theaters for me because people still annoy me. I have not let the dream go. I want a home theater so bad. I want Tim's setup more than anything.
I know.
God, I want
Yeah.
that. And I know that's a stretch goal. Like that is difficult to achieve, but oh man, yeah,
I
that's
what
like
I wanted was like with movie posters,
yeah,
either real or digital ones that could
digital ones.
change, and a little popcorn machine.
Yep,
Like, yeah, that's I well, maybe we can somehow have a studio and that's shared
that would be cool. That would be awesome. I'd be super down for that.
and host everything there.
Yeah,
Premieres and I don't even know.
no, I would love that. That's a great idea.
And all the kids can go hang out there.
Exactly. They all get keys. Hmm. Maybe not, but
No.
no. Um, I'm also, I collect cans, right?
Yeah.
I have a purpose for those though. I don't know if I've said that on the show, and if I haven't, I don't
I
want to. But like, I have a
yeah,
reason that
don't.
I'm collecting all of those someday down the road that will pay off. So I'm trying to rationalize everything at least, and not just
That's good.
getting box after box after box. Like, yeah,
As as lo- it as long as it's working, it's working.
yeah, totally.
If I'm lying, I'm dying. Not applicable here.
Just more stuff.
Hey. No, that's good stuff.
Good stuff. Someday I
No,
need to mount my
that's really good
lightsabers
stuff.
on the wall too, somehow.
So I was just looking into this, and they have cool like Star Wars themed backplates that are like the like I don't know, maybe paneling, like Death Star paneling type looking
Yeah.
stuff that can like glow and stuff. And I
Ooh,
was like, that's pretty sick.
that's cool. Um, give me
Um,
another quiz if you can. Try and give me another Hebrew Rebels podcast quiz.
I don't know.
I know no one's gonna believe me that I'm not cheating, but I'm really not.
Episode 14. I referenced earlier this moment.
Okay. Episode 11 is iPhone 11. Episode
Oh,
okay.
Pro Max. I have a Pro Max now.
Yes, you do. What, 15?
Why my camera is, yeah.
And we were talking about the unveiling of the 11?
Yeah,
How
it
is
must have
that
been.
possible? I guess because they, man,
Well,
they do one every year now. That's crazy.
two up 2 episodes before that was D23 2019.
Okay. So episode 14 or 13 is Minecon 2019.
That's 14.
That's 14? Damn, so what's
That's
13
the
then?
one. That's no, I asked what was 14.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Um 15 was also a very good day.
Um 15 was a
A
good
very
day.
memorable day.
Was it
It was
Star Wars related?
it was a des no, it was destination. We
Oh,
went somewhere.
SpaceX.
No.
Damn.
Dude, this is crazy.
I don't
This
know
is what a
actually.
timeline of this. Um we went to Disney
Oh, we went
or
about two.
near Disney.
Oh no.
No.
Two Mewtwo for you too.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was when we went and we met up with those weird people, right? And caught all those Mewtwo's.
Yes. And that guy just
Yeah.
like completely dipped out and hopped in that Uber that he called in the middle of a raid. That was
Yeah,
so
that's
weird.
hilarious.
Oh man.
It's like drinking home goods. What
Yes.
was that?
So
Was
that
that was your
was
your beer?
yes. Which beer was it though? I thought it was White Claw, but I don't think it was. It's because in the thumbnail there's White Claw, and that's why I'm thinking that. But yeah, one of my
Okay.
beers that I was drinking, you tried it towards the end, and you were like, "Oh, it's like drinking home goods." And I thought that was such a great quote.
I said that? Oh my
Yes.
god.
Yeah.
That's funny. Home goods still a favorite.
We were just there a couple days ago too.
Yeah, right?
More,
It's
talk
like
about
home.
crammed with stuff.
Dude, at Christmas, this past Christmas, we went early. My grandma was like, "You gotta go. This is the most insane thing. Every shelf was Christmas of the entire store. I have never seen that before."
Yeah.
Um, This is insane. The final trailer for Rise of Skywalker.
Uh-huh.
Oh, what we did not know.
Dude,
Here we are talking about
what we did not know for
the
so
Acolyte.
long, honestly. It took multiple
Uh,
viewings of that movie for me to realize. It's like what is it? It's like I think Greg with Batman v Superman, where he said after like the fourth time watching it, he was sitting there. He's like, "Oh, this isn't good." Like he made himself believe that it was good for so long, and then finally he's like, "Wait, oh no." Yeah, that was me with that movie. We were
damn.
so
I
overly
said it
hyped
was
on it afterwards.
my favorite movie of all time.
Hmm.
Most incorrect statement ever said.
I get it at the time. I was close
Yeah,
to there with you at the time.
that was insane. We went to Batu, was 19, and just good day. Good day that was.
Yeah,
Um, Disney Plus.
we did a long deep dive into everything coming to Disney Plus. That man, that's before we even had any idea what the Mandalorian was going to be.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
and crazy how much it's changed.
I know. We're like a year
It,
after season 3 now.
yeah, this is more than this is a life retrospective.
It really is.
Episode 22,
I don't know.
Cybertruck,
Oh, that's a good
and
one.
that's now real.
We've seen them on the road.
I see them regularly now.
I mean, oh my god. Yeah, it took so long from the conceptualization of that to even hearing about them being put into production. You see them regularly?
Yeah,
Oh my god, wow.
yeah, it's crazy, right? Just I'm gonna. So episode 6 was ranking the Infinity Saga.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Episode 3 was ranking Pixar.
Yes.
Episode 6 was ranking the Infinity Saga.
Yep.
Episode
24?
24, Hobie,
Yes.
you nailed it, was ranking every Star Wars movie.
Well, do you also know that that was the first episode after Kobe died, too? The next episode
No
we did was
way.
episode 24.
That's insane.
Right? Things are crazy and
That's
weird sometimes.
insane.
Yeah.
That's bananas. I don't understand that. Because episode 25 was.
I don't know.
We just did the second annual
Oh, it was the herpes
4 years
25? Oh,
later.
that's great.
Yeah. So that even number.
That was a good time. I want to do that in person with you again soon. I guess next year.
Oh, we will next year.
Yeah.
Um. Oh my God, Pizza Crimes.
That is one of my
I told this.
favorite titles and thumbnails that I made for the show.
It's really good. That I was telling somebody about that recently. Um.
Do you remember what that was about?
Of course, yes. Someone hacked my Domino's and ordered pizza to their friggin' place in Houston or wherever it was. I
Yeah.
got their address and I was gonna send them a bomb, and I took the high road and decided not to.
No, you were going to send them poop.
I was gonna send them something like
Yes.
not. Oh, I said bomb. I didn't mean like actual bomb. I meant like glitter bomb
Right.
because you can like order those online and they like explode. No,
Honestly,
I
for
was not
me,
gonna murder
a
somebody.
glitter bomb would be much more devastating.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know if I ever told you about that, but when I took Maya and some of our friends to Beyonce last year.
Yonsei, yeah. Uh-huh.
Beyonce
I just said Yonsei, but yeah.
and Beyonce, okay. And Maya decided to. Well, the theme is disco space glitter, something like that. Maya got glitter pants.
Okay.
I would swear there's still glitter in my car.
Oh God, yeah.
It did not come off. Like it was full pants. And when I picked them up and brought them back, she decided, I was like, all right, everybody, like and she was in the back, she decided, no, I'm gonna help you park. So then it got both the back seat and the front seat.
No. I feel like I told
I
you this at one point, but I had a friend in high school and he would bring his friend along, and I met this guy like a few times at like a movie or something, and his thing was that he had glitter in his pocket at all times and would just take some out and throw it at you.
we hate that guy.
Yes, that is criminal. He should go away for that.
Yeah, that's insane.
Pizza Crimes, also the last
Uh,
in-person show.
which meant the next one, episode 30, was
Quarantine Cast.
yep, followed by working from
Which
home.
was horrendous at first when we first were doing, and that is on me. I don't know why I decided to make it where like there was a big window for the person that was talking and a small window for the other person, and then I'd forget to switch it. Now it's just two equal sized windows as it should be, and that's fine. I don't have to worry about it, but it was so ugly at first.
Learning. Well, we're not in quarantine. We're not in a global pandemic
Still doing it
yet.
from home.
We're still
Dude,
doing it over Discord. Like it's how things have changed.
we haven't done anything for this channel in person since my birthday of 2020. So, yeah, in 4 years. That sucks.
Yeah,
But we've done so much.
it's an era.
We've done well more than half of the content on our channel like this.
I look forward to doing it in person again.
Me too.
Whenever, wherever, however that is.
Whenever I'm home next, if it
Um,
lines up, we should just, if I'm there, we'll record it from there. If you come here, we'll record it from here. We should just take advantage of any opportunity that we're in the same place to sit down and record it together.
I'm down. We can definitely plan for that. Um, let's see. I have to call this one out. 37. I'm going off thumbnails at this point.
Okay.
Uh, the
I don't.
GTA 5 Alien Wars.
Yes.
Streaming for a living.
Yeah.
Fun times, man.
We had forgotten to take part in the Alien War, and that bummed me out. We had to pick a side, and it was an unofficial event, but it was a massive online coming together in GTA, and that was, God, we're still not to GTA 6
In time.
in time.
That's something we can talk about on game chat tonight.
Hey, whenever that'll be soon, very soon.
Plug in. I do have to say I love this infinity as possible. Not sure what that's referencing, episode 39.
I don't
But
fully remember where the quote came from either, but yeah, something PlayStation related.
It's featuring the PS5 and just to double plug, there are some PS5 Pro leaks that I
Yeah.
very much would like to talk about.
Yep, we will.
Um, episode 41, another special one.
The anniversary then, right?
41. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I remember that episode.
Pocahontas, not-
The episode was chugging, like the frame rate was so bad because I had this effect of confetti
No.
going. And not long into it, I just had to turn it off because I'm like, this is not working. I had a terrible computer then.
Goals is to do a whole episode with confetti
Sure. Yeah.
because I love that.
I
I was FaceTiming with my
No,
Go ahead.
go.
I was FaceTiming with my mom and we kept getting the effects popping up and I was like, I'm over this. I need to look it up. And I finally looked it up and figured out like I don't think Discord does it, right? Oh my god, it does. So there's that.
Yeah.
And then
So he did a thumbs up and got fireworks. He did devil horns
double
and now
rock
he's got
hands.
a strobe
that.
color effect. This is what you did last
Oh, it's
week.
not-
Okay, there you go. You just do that the whole time.
Confetti!
I'm really
Yeah, just
upset because I lost that confetti effect. I don't know if I paid for it. I might have paid for it because honestly, stuff like that is always not free online. But I couldn't find it. I would have done it for this episode, episode 50, but that's okay. One day,
Yeah,
one
it's
random episode, we'll just do all confetti.
We beat The Last of Us, and I actually like this is 42. Two of us beat The Last of Us, and I would like to really start The Last of Us 2.
Yes.
4 years later after it came out,
Me
I would
too.
like to finally play that game.
Are you going to? Are you
So
planning to play it soon?
Yeah, I'm hoping
Yeah.
that we can. I can do that. I'm almost done with Zelda.
Whenever you
So,
do, tell me and I'll do it with you. And then we can talk about it on game
okay.
chat.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
I think that's a great idea. Um, ethical time loops, show and tell, and the last episode with our old kind of logo, 21 Seconds to Jupiter.
Yes. Show and tell was
you
when you
remember?
told me that Fall Guys were 6 feet tall. And that was upsetting to learn.
Yeah, they're about the same size as Anthony Davis. They're a little bit shorter.
Not
Yeah.
much closer than they should be.
No, I like that.
What was the question about 21 seconds to Jupiter?
What was that referencing?
We were talking about Jared Leto, and I don't even know. I don't know if we said that in the
30
episode at some
Seconds to
point.
Mars.
30 Seconds to Mars, yeah. But we
I
might
like
have
that
said,
because Jupiter's farther.
I know. I know. You honestly might have said that at some point in the episode when we were talking about Jared Leto, but
Probably.
I think
'Cause
you were
I'm an
talking about
idiot.
how much you don't like him.
Yo, yeah, don't get me started. I'm not going down there. I literally saw him in the thumbnail and I was just like, I hate him.
I don't like him either, but
I don't hate him, but yeah,
oh,
no, he bugs me.
he's seems like a really terrible person, but he does some good work. I've never listened to a single one of his songs. I don't think. I don't know any 30 Seconds to Mars
They have
music.
they have a couple good songs from back in the day.
Yeah, it's been fun.
But that brings us pretty much to where we're at now. We did the second annual herpes. 4 years later, still have herpes.
Yeah, never going
And
away.
Never going away. And then last episode might be my favorite title
Really?
that we have. Bury Me in a Roadster.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad you
That
like
cracked
that.
me up.
The car says, "Here flies Jordan, beloved podcaster."
Oh my god, your death is not comical to me, but in this context, this is just
It's
this is
comical to
hilarious.
me. It's a picture of me trying on my suit for your wedding. I guess 4 years ago. It was from when we were actually in the suit place, and I just like cropped
Yeah,
that out and
Men's
put
Warehouse.
X's over my eyes and put myself in the car.
Oh my god. Well, unfortunately, um, regardless of who goes first, I don't think I can afford the millions of dollars it would cost to payload a roadster into space.
Well, I'll try and fund that for you. I'll have it in my will. It'll already be set aside. You just have to logistically make it happen.
Oh my god.
Or your kids. I'll put it on your kids too if you're gone already.
Yeah. I think maybe it'll be cheaper by then. I don't know.
It will. For sure it will be.
Or maybe the next roadster will just be powerful enough to shoot itself into space.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I love that idea. Just death launch. Have it programmed. Oh, that's great.
Done.
Good idea. Well, there you
Yeah,
go.
that brings us
That's
to
50
today.
episodes of the Huber Rebels podcast. And I can't wait to do, I hope, more than 50 more. It brings me joy. What is this episode going to be called since we went over titles? What should we call this one? This podcast brings us joy?
Done. I think you keep cranking out the names.
Do you like that?
I love that.
Since we talked about getting rid of
You could
stuff we
tie it
don't
to Marie
need.
Kondo, whatever her, if she has a catchphrase or something, maybe riff off that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
What's her show called? Yeah,
I don't know. Did
there's
she
like a
have a
word for it.
show?
Yeah, on Netflix. That's where she got popular.
Show. Tidying up. Hmm.
Yeah.
That's appropriate too.
So something along those lines.
Okay. All right, we got a few more things here.
I think let's save that for the post show.
Let's save it for the post show. That's a great idea. You're thinking with your wallet there. I appreciate that. Well, thank you for listening. You can find our YouTube channel, Huber Rebels, where we've got weekly episodes of the Huber Rebels podcast, many of which we just talked about. Go check them out if any of those titles intrigued you. We also have Movie Madness, and upcoming we have Game Chat tonight. We'll be starting very soon, as well as our channel, Huber Hangouts, where we will post weekly gaming VODs soon. It's coming soon. We will start doing that soon, I promise. If you've been watching, you can find us on your favorite podcast streaming sites. Please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and reviewing wherever you prefer to consume our content. And if you want to go the extra mile, you can support us by going to patreon.com/HuberRebels, where we're about to record our post show. But I've got nothing else. My name is Jordan.
And my name is Ethan. We are the Huber Rebels.
Until next time.
Till next time.
Welcome to the rebellion.
Welcome to the rebellion. I'll get it down again.
I know, it's okay. We literally never got it down.